4020.
How are you, James?
Yeah, I'm good, thank you. Yeah, I love the shirt, by the way.
It's
So what's this USA
yeah.
Rugby League?
Well, no, it's
Rugby Union.
It's rugby. So.
Oh dear.
It's appropriate, though.
Yeah, it's entirely appropriate. Yeah,
I mean, it doesn't say on it, does it? They don't. The
and an
Americans
appropriate
don't,
book, I think, is it?
The Americans don't know the difference between rugby union and rugby league, so it's all right. Just to alienate all our American listener. We've got more listeners in Papua New Guinea, so it's
Supposed to be a good read, that isn't
It
it?
is very good. It's
Yeah.
really
No
well
helmets.
researched.
Have you introduced this already? No helmets required.
It's just kind of like everything on the desk. It's just there for people to.
The remarkable story of the American All Stars by Gavin Willisey.
Who was on
Friend of the show.
Yeah, he was on the show when we were in Wigan. Where was it in Wigan? Ashton.
Yes,
Ashton Library.
Ashton Library. He was one of our
With
panelists.
Phil Roberts and a million other people.
Andrew Voss.
Andrew Voss was on that one, yeah. Nigel Whisker, just in case he's listening.
So you're not going to Vegas, Phil?
We're the only two that aren't.
And you're not going either. So
No, I'm not going.
we
no.
we have people there covering it for.
Yeah, I'm not even reviewing it.
No.
No.
You know, I thought Ben Taylor had retired. Why is he still doing video refereeing?
He's video refereeing, but he's not on the field anymore. Yeah.
You still hear his voice all the time. It's like, oh, got rid of him, the people say.
Was it my imagination, or were some of the video decisions quicker this week? I don't know if that's a conscious thing, or they're just more obvious.
I think I haven't seen many of the games this week. I reviewed the Castleford game, and I've seen snippets of one or two others, and that's it. So I haven't seen many captain's challenges, if that's what you mean. But
We got one right.
the players
Lee got one
oh,
as
did
well.
they?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've not seen that one. I think so. There was a decision in the Hull KR game in round one. Trying to remember what the decision was now. Oh, it's whether it came off the head or not. And if I'm honest, I think it just took too long.
Yeah.
There is a challenge. So in round one, we had a Catalan at home, and Catalan at home was always going to be tricky with captain's challenge
Because of the
French
getting-
broadcasters.
Yes, getting to the point where can we actually see the
Basically.
incident?
Well, I
Not
think
the 5 minutes before or after.
there has always been difficulty as a video referee in France sometimes to get the footage that you want. Now, usually if it goes in the way of the Catalan team, there is absolutely no problem getting the footage.
It's funny that.
Camera
They usually understand English at that point, but then if it's the other way around, they just don't understand. So I think there will be a bit of a challenge. I think there's probably going to be some pressure put on by the clubs, I suspect, around that. But
Thierry's coming back now.
is he?
As a match commissioner.
Well, this is news to me.
Ah, yes.
Don't know.
He's on his
Right.
way back.
Right.
The home of news, this programme. That's why people tune in to find out what's going on in rugby league. Answer, nothing. You're a fan of the captain's challenge because it does mean that we can question the authority of the referees, and the referees generally have been proved right.
Yeah, I think when I've seen it operate in the NRL, my only concern is, as a concept, it goes against what a lot of we're trying to do as a game, which is to keep the game flowing. But when I've been out there refereeing, when you make a particular decision, there is sometimes when you think, I think having now made that decision, I've probably got it wrong. And now players have that opportunity, and it was always going to take a few weeks to settle in and for players to work out what to challenge and what not to challenge.
And how and when in a game to do
When,
it.
yeah.
Because the other thing is, you might have a huge injustice against you in minute 7, but if you get it wrong and there's a potential match-winning decision in minute 73, and you haven't got your challenge left, you've got to be quite judicious about when you use it.
That's
as well.
it. And I think in the Castleford Saints game that I watched, there wasn't a captain's challenge in that game. Now it ended up in a one-sided game, and there probably wasn't that much to challenge anyway. In fairness, so I think players will get a little bit more strategic about when they use it. And so overall, I think it is a good thing. I think unlike the bunker in the NRL, Super League doesn't have all that same equipment, so therefore it's not going to be quite as slick.
Those video recorders we've still got. We need to.
I think Liam Moore, talking about it before it was first used in round 1, which I think is quoting in there that the referees welcome it because, if they have genuinely made a mistake and it can be overturned for all the right reasons, then they're not going to say, "Oh, we're being undermined." It's more we're saying, "You're helping us out."
Absolutely, yeah. Absolutely.
But it just seemed to speed up in week 2 a little bit.
Yeah,
because we're
maybe
getting used to it, I don't know.
referees will have to get used to it. Video referees will have to get used to it. The operators who are operating the technology will have to get used to it, etc. So there's always going to be a little bit of a bedding in phase. So it also depends on the decision. Some decisions are going to be much easier than others. If you've got to break that decision down into elements where are they onside first, you've got to clear that into another element of the decision.
So there was one in round 1 that I was going to ask you where the actual challenge for the incident was successful, but then the team who had the successful challenge knocks on, so it was deemed unsuccessful. But actually, surely they should have kept their challenge.
Yeah, there was some debate about that and the honest answer is I don't know where that debate completed. So in the NRL, I've seen an example of the same scenario ruled the same way as Super League did on round 1.
Right.
So you would expect, in one way, it should be consistent. We've adopted the system that the NRL have. We should probably follow what they do. That said, I'm a little bit with you. It seems illogical that the decision, if you challenge the decision, is proven to be an incorrect decision by the referee. You should retain your challenge.
Yes, that's
but the game should have then restarted. I can't remember which way around it was. It was a knock-on on the floor by Hull, was it?
Yeah, it was a one-on-one ball steal or something.
No, it was a pass that hit the head.
Yeah,
hit the head
were
rather
right.
than the hand. And then there was a knock-on on the floor. So the game should restart with whatever the error was at the end by the player. So it should have been a scrum, but they should have retained the challenge.
Yeah.
Is my view, but I don't know what the outcome of the debate was as to which way they've landed on that.
Mark's asked if you remember your approach to the captain's challenge during the World Cup.
I saw that comment or heard that. I did listen to the podcast last week, and
did John get a word in?
I think. I think somebody said that, or I read it somewhere anyway, that somebody said there was, or it might have been on Twitter, that somebody said I made this passing remark and it was a joke. I can't remember saying it, so I think the stats have probably proven it in the last couple of weeks. There hasn't been many successful challenges, has there? Maybe 2 then in 2 rounds, and that probably will improve from the player's perspective.
It will.
I think, as I said, I predicted that there would probably be some inconclusive challenges as well.
Yeah.
I think we've probably seen some of those in Catalan, I think, in week 1. Again, I didn't watch that game. So, yeah, I don't know. I think the reality is match officials generally do make the right decision.
Yes, and that's reinforcing that is not a bad thing.
No, I don't think so. And look, if there's something there to get the right decision for the sake of the game, anybody's going to welcome that.
We can't have all the camera angles because we need one focusing on famous people in the crowd just in case they react to something. So we can't have everything.
Well, I did notice something last week on Sky where they put a live shot
in the yes,
the
well,
image,
they should do that,
which is so much better.
Yeah, split screen.
Yeah.
We've been screaming for that for years.
Carson's full of praise for the Aussie video ref. He gets reviews really crisp and short. To which Phil says, "That's James Fella." So there you go. It's a good job. There's only one Australian, so we know who they are.
I just think they were particularly decisive. They didn't need to see angles that already confirmed what they'd already seen, and that was quite refreshing.